try right. This is back 365. Myself Sujit. So today we are going to learn some new pattern program that might be asked you in your interview. So for this session, the first pattern will be this one. Means if I'm giving my input as 3, based on that it will be needs to print this pattern. Means for the first row I need to print 5 star. For the second row I need to print 3 star, and for the third row I need to print 1 star. So now we are going to build the logic, then we can directly apply on our VS Code. So guys, if you see, first we need to compare first row how many star do we want, and at a time also we are going to take care of our spaces. So for first row I need to print 5 star when my norm value will be becoming 3. At that time only it will be printing my 5 star. Okay, for the first row, my space value will be becoming 0, means I don't need to print any space. Then for the second row, I need to print 3 star, and here I need to print 1 space. If you see here also, it will be give me 1 space. Then for the third row, I need to print 1 star, and here I need to print 2 star. Guys, if you compare these two iterations, means for the star and space, whenever my star value getting decrement, my space value will be starting increment. So now we are going to take care of this space, then only we are going to take care of the star. So guys, here, what is my logic to build our row? If you compare here, if I'm keeping my row as my norm, okay, if I'm starting from 1, so I will be not generating these spaces, right? That's why here I am taking my row value will be norm. So if I'm keeping my row here, so it will be generating 0, 1, 2. Means if you see, the based on my generation of my row, the space also it will be creating. So now the space will also getting created. So here you can directly pass your space as your row. Means based on my row only we need to print this space. So space equal to row. Then we are going to take care of this star. Guys, make sure that whatever the iteration you are giving, it need to be execute for different user input. As of now, my input value will be 3. If our input value will be increasing, then the logic will be same, but the star needs to be increment based on this logic only. Okay, so here for the star I want to give my iteration will be 2 into parenthesis norm minus row whole to the power minus 1. Means guys, every time my norm value will be fixed, and this based on this row I need to update my star. So as of now, for my first row, my row value will be becoming 0, because if you see, the row will be generating 0 as my value. So norm value will be 3. 3 minus 0 parenthesis 1. So we know that in our Python there will be called our operand precedence. Okay, so based on that, here we are going to print. First it will be start implementing this one. So 3 minus 0, 3. So 2 into 3, 6. 6 minus 1 will be becoming 5. Then for the second row, I need to print the parenthesis as 3 minus 1, because my row value will be getting increment. So here we need to compare 3 minus 1 becoming 2. So 2 into 2, 4. 4 minus 1 will be becoming 3. Okay. Then we need to increment our row value. So my norm value will be fixed every time. So here 3 minus 2 whole minus 1. So here I need to print 2 into 3 minus 2, 1. So 2 into 1, 2. 2 minus 1 will be becoming 1. So here we are generating star as well as space. So now we are going to just implementing here. So guys, if you see here, every time we need to take the user input. So directly I'm taking the number. Okay, so here first I need to generate for this row only. Okay, so for row in range, I can directly pass the number because I need the 0 also. After that, now I need to take the space. So for space in range, directly I need to pass my row value. Okay, based on my row only, I need to print my space. So here I need to print space To print each and every space in a single line, here I am using my end function. After every space, I also need to print the star only. As of now, for the first row, there will be no need to print any space. But for the second row, I need to print. That's why after this space, I need to print my column value. So for COL in range, I need to give this condition. So 2 into parenthesis, num minus row whole minus 1. Now, in this condition, every time I need to print this star. To print each and every star in a single line, I am using the end function and the glue character as space. Okay, after each and every row means after first row it needs to be get the controller next line, because every time we are using this end function. Now if I'm going to run this code in my dedicated terminal, as of now we are understanding for row 3 means for the input number 3. Now first I'll be give you the number 3, then only I need to increment for 5 4 means based on the user requirement. Okay, so now we are going to run this code. So I'll be type on my Python on a dedicated terminal. So first it will be taking the user input, because here we are using the input function. So here I am passing 3 as my input. So guys, just see, it will be giving me 5, 3, 1. Now if I'm changing the input, it's working or not. Now if I'm passing 5, so still it's working. Means my flow of the execution and my each and every iteration will correct. Now as of now, we are already seeing some pattern programming. Now in this pattern, I need to print some value. Means for the number pattern. Okay, so the first number pattern will be, I want to print for first row 1, then for the second row I need to print 2 times. For the third row I need to print 3 times. For the fourth row I need to print 4 times. Okay, for the fifth row I need to print 5 times. Okay, how to build this generous means build this logic also we are going to see now. Okay, so come to my paint, we are going to understand, then only we can get a clear picture on that too, how to implement each and every logic. So here I need to paste this one. So guys, just see, for as of now, my norm value will becoming 5, because here I need to take for 5 row. Okay, here. Then for the first row, how many number I need to print? Okay, because if you see here, what I am printing the number only. Okay, for the first row, I need to print number 1. For the second row, I need to print number 2. For the third row, I need to print number 3. For the fourth row, I need to print number 4. For the 5 row, I need to print number 5. Guys, why I am taking this logic? Because in the interview, there might be chance they can directly give this logic, but there might be chance they can give another logic also. So if you are go through this scratch, you can build your own logic on that, because we are predicting the question that might be asked you in your interview. Okay, so kindly this, if you are getting create your own logic, then you can get a clear picture on that. So guys, just see, now if I'm going to generate this one, then based on this row only it will be start implementing. If you compare here, for the first row I need to print for 1 time, for the second row I need to print for 2 times. Okay, so we are finding this logic. Now we are going to implement the same logic in our VS Code. Also, if you are giving some extra input, means changing the input also, that input also needs to be worked. Based on that, we are going to print that. So here I am taking for row in range, I need to generate this number from 1 to 5. If you see here, I need to generate from 1 to 5. So how to generate from 1 to 5? I can directly give 1 comma num plus 1. If I am not giving num plus 1, then it will be printing up to 4. But I need 5 also. That's why here I am keeping num plus 1. Then here I need to print for column, because here I don't need to print any spaces. Here I can directly pass my row value. Okay. After every time, I don't need to print my star. Here I need to print the based on my row, because first row, first num1. second row num2. Okay, so if you see here, every time it will be generating this sequence. If I are keeping this column, then for this row it will be mighty difficult. Okay, so here I am giving the row. Then to print in a single line, I will be passing the end function. After every row will be generating, I need to send the controller to the next line. That's why I am giving the print function. Now, if I'm going to take the user input 5, so it will be print this sequence. Okay. Now also, if I'm changing the sequence also, if I'm keeping for 8, so it will give me 8 as my star pattern. Okay, so this is the simple logic behind to build this number pattern. Okay, now the second pattern for this number series will be, we need to generate this number. Okay, for the first row I need to print 5 for 5 times. Okay, for the second row I need to print 4 times. Okay, then for the third row I need to print 3 times. Okay, for the fourth row I need to print 2 times. For the fifth row I need to print 1 time. So we are going to see how this logic will going to work in this case scenario. Okay, so here I am taking this one. Okay, so as of now my norm value will be getting 5. Okay, so here for the row, for the first row, how what I need to print means which number I need to print. For the first row, I need to print 5. For the second row, I need to print 4. For the third row, I need to print 3. For the fourth row, I need to print 2. For the fifth row, I need to print 1. So, means how many time I need to print? Every time it will be print based on the number value only. So, we know how to generate this number, but first make sure that we need to generate this row, this number for this printing of this row, printing of this column, we need to generate based on my row only. So, if I'm giving the generation of row, in this case 5 4 3 2 1, then I can find easily. Okay, because based on this row only it will be start implementing. Okay, now come to my VS code. Okay, every time I need to use from to take the user input only. So here I am taking the user input. So now I need to generate for this row only. So for row in range, okay, here I need to start from 5. So 5 up to 0 minus 1. If I'm printing from 1, then it will be might be getting difficult to generate the 5 4 3 2 1 the structure. Okay, after I am getting the row, I need to print for column. So for column in range, okay, here I need to print directly row, because for the first row it will be generating 5. So this column also needs to be generated for 5 times. And at that time, what I need to print, the value number will be 5. So the value number 5 will be stored in this row only. So if I'm keeping this row and I am using this end function, here I am using a glue character called space. And here if I'm printing the print function, then it will be start implementing this logic. Now if I'm keeping the input as 5, then it will be start implementing this structure. Now if I'm changing the number value also, it will be start implementing the same logic only. So just a second guys. Okay, so guys, just see here I am directly giving the num, the 5 means here you need to give the num, because to check this different user input, then only you can get a clear picture on that your code will be getting satisfied or not. Guys, just see now it will be work for different user input. If you are passing for a single value, then it will be only printing for single value. So this is the logic behind to print this one. So now the next requirement will be, in this case I need to print space, I need to print number also. Okay, so for the first row I need to print 1. Okay, so here I am printing 1 for 1 time. For the second row I need to print 2 time. Okay, 2 time. Then the third row I need to print 3 time. Okay, 3 time. Then in the fourth row I need to print 4 time. Okay, again For the row 5, I need to print 5 times. Okay. Again, for the row 6, I need to print 6 times. Okay, this is the logic we are going to build one. Okay, so now I just copy paste because we need to understand in our paint only. Okay, so come to my paint. So here I am taking this example. Okay, taking a new color. Guys, just see, as of now, my norm value will becoming 6. So guys, if you see here, for the first row, I need to print the number only. Here, one extra thing will be there. Here, I need to print the spaces also. So for the first row, I need to print the number value 1. And here I need to print the spaces 5. For the second row, I need to print number value 2 and spaces will be becoming 4. For the number 3, for the row 3, I need to print number 3 and for the space will be becoming 3. And for the row 4, I need to print number value 4 and the space will be 2. And for the row 5, I need to print the number value becoming 5 and space will be becoming 1. And for the row 6, I need to print the number value 6 and here I need to print space value will be becoming 0. Guys, if you see, if I want to generate this number, then easily I can print each and everything here. Okay, so by the help of this number, we can generate for this row only. Okay, then how to print how many times? Because based on this row only, it will be printing how many times. Then we are going to take care of this space also. Guys, if you see, if I am printing for this row, okay, now my requirement will be I need to print for this row. Okay, first I need to generate this row. So for this row, if I'm giving 1 comma num plus 1, because I want to start from 1 to 6. So by the help of this, in this case, it will be generating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 also because we are using 6 plus 1. Then if you see here, my column value, whatever things I need to print, it will be generating and how many time it will be print, it also generating. Now we need to take care of this space. Guys, if you see, if I'm giving a condition or we can say that iteration, if I'm keeping num minus row, okay, means based on my num variable, I need to subtract from my row. Okay, how it going to work, we are going to see. So as of now, my num value will be becoming 6 and my row value for my first row value will be becoming 1. So it will be give me 5 spaces. Then for the row 2, 6 minus 2, it will be giving me 4. Then 6 minus 3, it will be give me 3. Then 6 minus 4, it will be give me 2. Okay, then 6 minus 5, it will be give me increment of this row only. We need to generate this number. Then after the norm value becoming 6 and row value will becoming 6, at that time it will be give me 0. So by the help of this logic, we can build both space and row. Now we are going to implement the same logic in our VS Code. So every time I need to take the user input, so here I can directly take the num. So now first I need to print the row. Okay, but to generate this row, I need to use this 1 comma num plus 1. Make sure that you need to build your logic when we are going to start from 0 and when we are going to start from 1. Based on your user requirement only, you need to print. Then we need to generate for space. Okay, so to generate for this space, we can give this condition num minus row. Based on this row only, we are going to print here spaces. To print each and every spaces in a single line, we are using this end. Okay, after every spaces, we are going to print the column. So to how to generate this column, we are using for column in range. Here we can directly give the row value because already this value will be generating by the help of this row. So here we can directly give the row value To print each and every character in a single line, here I am keeping end. Okay, after each and every line, I need to give my print function because I need to send the controller to the next line. After I am hit click on my dedicated terminal, it will be start implementing. As of now, we are understanding this question based on my user input 6. So here I am passing user input 6, so it will build this logic. Now, if I'm changing the input also, it need to be active. So guys, just see, it will be taking the spaces as well as the number. If I'm changing the user input again also, it will be giving me the correct answer. So that's all about the session. Thanks for watching. Try right.